get.
Right.
Go, 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 go. Don't move!
Yes. Only occupant. Yes, yes.
Rear clear.
Yes.
This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Staying in the Essex area, an organised crime group has been dismantled and jailed. 5 men have been sentenced to a total of 85 years for their role in the operation, and detectives launched the investigation into the group after they stopped a car being driven by Jason Fuller on the A13 shortly after 9:30 p.m. on the 17th of March 2022. Once they arrested Fuller and his vehicle was made safe, the police examined the car and found a professional hide, and concealed under the back seats of the car within a rucksack were 10 handguns and 100 rounds of ammunition. All of the firearms recovered were examined and found to be viable firearms. 2 mobile phones were found also, and one of them had a sat-nav mode and directed him to an address on Brickfield Road. Further examination of the phone uncovered 2 numbers, and Fuller had been in touch with both of them. One of the numbers was quickly attributed to Andre Vella, who was from the Vange area, and it was about an hour after the road stop. As a result of another warrant, a second man called David Glover was arrested, also in the same area, and during a search of his property they found a revolver-style handgun that had been concealed behind a bath panel. A further 6 firearms were also located throughout his property. 5 of them were viable following examination. Police then seized a large amount of cannabis, cocaine and other evidence associated to drug dealing, such as scales, cutting agents, empty bags and kilo blocks of Class A drugs, and about £750,000 in cash. Further analysis of the firearms and the bags in which they were being carried uncovered a number of usable prints, and they were subsequently identified to belong to a man called Mustaq Ahmed, and he was arrested 2 days later in East London. Police were able to link another man called Liam Phelan to the operation, and they said that he was working with Vella in the trafficking of drugs and weapons. During his arrest, Phelan managed to evade police by driving dangerously and attempting to dispose of 1/4 kilo of pure cocaine. Police then built a picture of the group and realised that it was an organised crime group, and Glover was involved in wholesale of cocaine and had recently imported drugs and also had a large customer base. Vella, they determined, was a customer of Glover and regularly obtained large quantities of drugs from him. Vella then sold the drugs onto his own customers, and Phelan worked closely with Vella, and both of them were involved in the importation of drugs and also weapons. Fuller worked with Vella and Phelan in every aspect of criminality, it was revealed in court, and he was involved in both guns and drugs. He was trusted by them to have a lead role in the operation, but they said that he also remained distant. Ahmed was a significant associate of Vella and had access to a number of firearms. All 5 men were charged with firearm and drug offences, but denied some of the charges, and the trial was held at Basildon Crown Court. Detective Inspector Fraser Lowe, who led the investigation, said, "We know these men operated as a group and they were responsible for the sale and possession of large quantities of Class A drugs and also viable firearms. Both these commodities would have gone on to have had substantial harm on the streets of Essex, and we have stopped them doing that. The seized firearms and drugs were seized and destroyed in one day." The group went to great lengths to conceal their products and also stay under the radar, but they had no idea that a case had already been built on them, and we were linking every single one of them together. Detective Chief Superintendent Lucy Morris, who oversees the Kent Serious Crime Directorate, said, "Firearm offences are not very common in Essex. In fact, they are very rare, but when this does occur, we act very quickly to try to find the guns and anybody responsible. Our serious organised crime unit are the best in their field, and we disrupt and dismantle organised crime groups for a living. In this incident, we stopped them on the A13, and shortly after, 5 men were in custody, and detectives were piecing together the whole operation." Vella, 39 years old from Broxbourne, was convicted of supplying drugs and also ammunition and firearms and was jailed for 21 years. Fuller, 51, from Frinton, was convicted of the same offence and jailed for 14 years. Phelan, 34 years old, from Walton, was jailed for 16 years, and Ahmed was jailed for 11 years. Glover was jailed for the same offences for 23 years and 8 months. The judge in the case said the police had done an exceptional investigation. So this story definitely shows the serious nature of this and how much money is really involved. Nearly £1 million that was seized from these raids, and the amount of drugs and firearms and the amount of lives these guns could have taken. So I look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on this story, and please don't forget to leave a comment below.